Hi friends, let's look at the sample question paper question and answer for agriculture. Okay, commercial farming is dash. It is use of higher doses of modern inputs. Okay, so commercial farming needs higher doses of modern inputs. Dash is a crop for which India is the largest consumer and producer. It is the source of protein and it survives in dry conditions and it grows as rotation crop with other crops. So which is this crop? The crop for which India is the largest consumer and producer. It is a source of protein. It survives in dry conditions and grown in rotation with other crops. The answer is pulses. Okay. Explain technological reforms in agriculture initiated by Indian government. Okay. Crop insurance against drought, flood, cyclone, fire, etc. was introduced by Indian government. Okay. To help the farmers in case of any such incidents. Grameen banks or cooperative societies were created to provide loans to farmers at low interest rates. Okay. Kisan Credit Card or KCC was introduced to give inputs to farmers. Personal accident insurance schemes PAIS for farmers was introduced. Weather bulletins and agricultural programs were broadcasted on radio and TV to inform and educate farmers. Okay. Procurement price for crops was fixed by government to avoid middlemen exploiting the farmers. These are all the points of tech reforms in agriculture initiated by Indian government. Next question. Agriculture is backbone of Indian economy. Explain. Okay. Answer. Large percent of population, almost two-thirds, get their livelihood and employment from agriculture. Agriculture produces food that we consume and the raw materials needed for industries. Okay. Agriculture produces tea, coffee, spices, etc. The products that are exported. So due to all these reasons, agriculture is backbone of Indian economy. Next question. Indian farmers should diversify from cereal to high value crops because answer because it will increase their income and also reduce environmental degradation by using crop rotation, etc. Describe features of rabi crop season. Okay, rabi crop is called winter crop. It is sown in winter season during October to December, October, November, December, and harvested in the coming summer, that is April, May, June. Okay, such crops sown in winter harvested in summer are wheat, barley, peas, gram, and mustard. Majorly, these crops are produced in Punjab, Haryana. HP is Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and UP is Uttar Pradesh. It depends on availability of precipitation during winter months. Okay, this is the description of the rabi crop, usually called the winter crop. Describe the features of kharif crop. Okay, it is sown during beginning of monsoon season, that is during June, July, and harvested by the end of winter season, that is September, October. Okay, now rainy season harvested by the end of rainy season, which is September, October. Okay, so the crops which are done as are kharif crops are the rice, which is paddy, maize, jowar, bajra, tur dal, moong, cotton, groundnut, etc. Majorly grown in or produced in Assam, Odisha, WB is West Bengal, UP is Uttar Pradesh, and Bihar. It needs warm, humid conditions with high rainfall. Okay, the kharif crops need high rainfall, so it will grow in areas which have high rainfall. Irrigation changed cropping patterns in many regions. Analyze. See, water intensive and commercial crops can be cultivated because the government has provided the farmers with irrigation. But what has happened is waterlogging and salinization, that is making of the soil to be salinated, has happened because of the irrigation, which is a negative effect. And this can be avoided by using water sparingly as much as required and not more than what is required. Another problem is rich landowners are able to afford water supply, but the poor farmers cannot. Okay, so we need government's help in to help the poor farmers also get the water supply. So these are the points of irrigation. Describe two beverage crops in India. The two beverage crops are tea and coffee. Okay, tea needs a tropical slash subtropical condition. It needs deep, fertile, well drained soil with humus and organic matter. And it is grown or produced in Assam, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. Okay, and it needs a moist free climate. Okay, the second beverage crop is coffee. It needs warm temperature. It needs humidity and good rainfall. Okay, it needs deep, well drained, loamy soil and organic matter. It is mainly produced in Nilgiris of Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. Okay, describe two fiber crops of India. Okay, fiber crops. The two beverage crops are tea and coffee. Two fiber crops are jute and cotton. Okay, jute needs well drained, fertile soils in the flood plains. Okay, it needs very high temperature. It's produced in West Bengal, Bihar, Assam, Odisha, and Meghalaya. Okay, cotton needs drier black soil, which is available in Deccan Plateau. It needs high temperature. It needs light rainfall and bright sunshine. Okay, it is produced or grown in Maharashtra, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. This is MP. MP is Madhya Pradesh. Karnataka, AP is Andhra Pradesh. TN is Tamil Nadu, Punjab, and Uttar Pradesh. Okay. Government of India introduced institutional and technical reforms. Okay, for agriculture. Please analyze. Answer is, government introduced reforms for consolidation of holdings. That is, small patches of lands were consolidated, and government abolished zamindari system. That is, the landowners always leading a happy life and workers leading a poorish life. That zamindari system was abolished. Okay, there was provision of insurance against drought, flood, cyclone, fire, etc. Okay, Grameen banks and cooperative societies were created to give loans to farmers at low interest rates. Okay, Kisan credit card was created to give the farmer necessary inputs. Personal accident insurance scheme for farmers was introduced. Establishment of Indian Council for Agricultural Research, ICAR, was created. Agricultural universities were created. Veterinary services were created, and animal breeding centers were created. So all these places were created by Indian government to help the agriculture. Weather bulletins and agricultural programs were broadcasted on radio and TV. Okay, procurement price for crops was introduced. So the government decided that the minimum procurement price for rice, wheat, etc. This was done to avoid exploitation by middlemen. Okay, so these are all the institutional and technical reforms that Government of India introduced to help agriculture. Compare intensive subsistence farming with commercial farming. Intensive subsistence farming and commercial farming are different because intensive subsistence farming needs lot of labor. It's very labor intensive. Whereas in commercial farming, we use modern machinery with necessary labor. Okay. Second difference is needs the intensive subsistence farming needs high doses of biochemical input, irrigation, etc. Okay, and in the commercial farming we use high yielding variety, HYV, high yielding variety seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, etc. Okay, in the intensive subsistence farming, the farm size is small. This is farmed by poor farmers and there is a lot of pressure on agriculture land. Okay, whereas in commercial farming, single crop is grown in the large area. Okay, and we need good transport to take the crops from plantation to the processing industries. Okay, so the commercial crop is grown in plantation and it is taken to the processing industries. We need transport for that. Example of intensive subsistence farming is wheat and rice. Example of commercial crops are tea, coffee, rubber, sugarcane, banana, etc. Declining share of agriculture in GDP, gross domestic product, is concerned. Analyze. Agriculture is backbone of Indian economy. There has been a decline of its share in GDP since 1951. remember this date, since 1951, the share of agriculture in GDP, that is gross domestic product, has decreased. As of 2011, it is estimated that 52% of the workforce in India does agriculture. So because of this the agricultural dependence, Government of India has made concentrated efforts to modernize agriculture so that it becomes more efficient and the farmers can earn more and live a better life. Okay. Explain interdependence of agriculture and industries. See, agro-based industries like textile and sugar industries depend on agriculture for cotton and sugarcane. Okay, so if you want to make textile using cotton, it depends on agriculture producing cotton. If you want to make sugar, white sugar, etc., it depends on sugarcane as the raw product. And the agriculture also depends on industries. How industries produce irrigation pumps, fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, and agricultural machineries to modernize agriculture. So here, agriculture is depending on the industry. Okay, so this is why the agriculture and industries complement each other. They depend on each other. Give to stable food crops. See, beverage crops were tea and coffee. Fiber crops were jute and cotton. Stable food crops in India is rice and wheat. Rice requires a very high temperature, above 25 degrees C, and it is a kharif crop. Okay, it is sown during onset of monsoon. During June, July, and it is harvested at the end of rainy season during September, October. Okay, Kharif crop. And it requires high humidity and annual rainfall should be greater than 100 centimeter. Whereas wheat is a Rabi crop, it is sown during the winter season, which is October to December, and it is harvested in summer, which is April, May, June, July. That months. Okay, it needs bright sunshine at ripening time. That is why it is harvested during summer, and it needs 50 to 70 centimeter of rainfall over the growing season, spread across the growing season. Okay, so this is rice and wheat. Suggest measures to enhance agricultural production in India. See, the way to enhance agricultural production is provide agricultural infrastructure like irrigation, electricity, transport, fertilizers, seeds, etc. to farmers. Provide loans at low interest rates to farmers. Use modern agricultural technological machinery to do agriculture. And instead of rice or wheat, which is a crop, see which crop has growth potential in that area and grow that crop, and also commercial crops. Okay. These are the points how to enhance agricultural produce in India. Major sugarcane producing state. Give example of one of the major sugarcane producing state. It is Uttar Pradesh. Give an example of a major wheat producing state. It is Punjab.